Alright guys, just SAIYAN here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And in today's video, we're going to be checking out the LR Vegeta and Trunks. Because of course, with the SAIYAN Day banner coming out within the next couple days, we do have a very good shot at seeing this guy featured on the banner. So long as Dokkan stays consistent with the past couple SAIYAN Day banners we've seen, then this guy definitely will be featured. Because typically for the SAIYAN Day banner, we see the most recent Tanabata LR featured. And in this case, it is the LR Vegeta and Trunks. And they definitely are still very good, easily still top 10. I would say top 5, but I feel like better units have just kind of come out. So putting them in top 5, it doesn't really feel right. But they are still very good. They have not aged really at all. They're still top tier. It's just, as I said, better units have come out. So yeah, but before we get into the video, if you find yourself enjoying it at any point, feel free to like and subscribe. Also keep in mind there are timestamps in the video. So if you want to skip around to any part, then absolutely feel free to do that. So I don't actually have the fight loaded in yet because I do want to play this guy's intro animation. It definitely does look very good. So yeah, let's go ahead and play this.
TRUNKS この先を見ろ。まだ見ぬ敵を宇宙最強を。お前が誇り高きサイヤ人の血を引く者ならば、俺の息子ならば誰にも負けることは許さん。俺超えてみせます。目の前の敵もトンさんも。
Alright, so we got a very good opening rotation with him. We are going to have him at 6 out of 7 links, so we're only missing Royal Lineage. And we do also have support from the Carnival LR Goku, at least in terms of defense. So start of turn, we are at 275k defense. Alright, that is very good because we do have guard right here, which we get for the first 5 turns if there's another bond of parent-child category ally on the team. But even if you don't have a bond of parent-child category ally, just throw him in slot 1 and then he'll get the guaranteed guard. Which actually I think we're going to do because I don't want the Carnival LR Goku to kill. So we're going to have 5 out of 7 links. So we're going to also be missing Dismal Future. And yeah, we're going to easily be able to get to an 18-key super. So yeah, along with the guard, this guy is also stacking attack and defense on his 18-key super attack. He gets a 20% attack and defense buff permanently. And then on his 12-key, he gets 30% attack and defense, which this guy does have built-in additionals. So, you know, the more supers you get, just the more, the higher your defense is going to go, and then obviously the more damage you're going to do. So we're at a 7.2 million attack stat right there. Definitely pretty good because, of course, as I said, we have additionals built in, and we do build up to a 35% chance to crit as well. So we got a lot going on right here. And we did get the hidden potential system additional right there, which is definitely good because just more damage, obviously more defense. And this guy does also build up to a 75% defensive stat buff, which might not seem the craziest to you, but that is actually a pretty big deal because once you start stacking with this guy and building up to that 75% defense, between the two of them, you're just going to see a big spike in his defense. Like on this next rotation right here, we're easily going to be pushing like 400k, which is pretty crazy considering he has guard. And then, of course, he gets all the defense on super attack effect. So, yeah, I did also bring the Majin Vegeta on the team. I was going to play this guy's intro animation, but I was talking, so, you know, it is what it is. And Majin Vegeta is a very good linking partner for this guy. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about, you know, Majin Vegeta and then LR Vegeta and Trunks as a rotation. It definitely does work. They are both very crazy, especially when the Majin Vegeta starts to change key spheres into int key spheres. So then you get to heal a bunch of HP, and it just starts to get crazy. But this guy should also be featured on the SAIYAN Day banner, as long as, again, Dokkan stays consistent. So if you manage to pull Majin Vegeta and LR Vegeta and Trunks, and you didn't already have them, then just from summoning on this banner, you've got yourself a crazy rotation. And of course, that's very good. So in terms of who you can pick up with the red coins, you've got a lot of options. I'll probably do like a YouTube short going over who to pick up. But, I mean, as long as LR Vegeta and Trunks and Majin Vegeta are featured, then the options are just going to be crazy. But, alright, so what we're going to do right here is float one of them off. We'll float the one that we haven't stacked up with it all yet. So, our Vegeta and Trunks that we had on the first rotation is at 429k defense. Basically 430k defense. Yeah, that is very, very crazy because, of course, we still have the guard, and we are still stacking. We're only on turn 3, so we've only had one super attack that's actually been a stack. So definitely very good. I don't even think we're fully built up right here either, which is crazy. Well, I guess we'll see once we receive this attack right here. Were we? No, we were not. Okay, we were 2 attacks away from being fully built up. So our attack stat is a 7.68 million attack stat. All right. So in terms of his numbers offensively, it doesn't really get that crazy. I mean, he does stack attack, but it is only by 20%, which stacking defense by 20% is very good, but stacking attack by 20%, I feel like it's going to take a while before he actually starts to look impressive. But, I mean, offensively, it wasn't horrible. Just in terms of, like, the raw numbers, it's not really anything too crazy. But then once you start to factor in the additional that has, like, a medium chance to become a super, and then the 35% chance to crit, it does start to look very impressive. Because if you're getting the crits and additionals off, he's just going to be doing so much damage. And this guy is holding down slot 1. I'm pretty sure this guy is, like, all around the best slot 1 unit. I'm trying to think about it. I mean, I guess God Goku might be a better slot 1 unit if you're facing a Pure Sans or Movie Boss's enemy. But just all around, in pretty much any event in the game, the LR Vegeta and Trunks are just going to absolutely hold down slot 1 and be amazing. I mean, I guess if the event, like, hits really hard just right out of the gate, this guy might take some damage turn 1. But as long as you take the attacks and you're fully built up with him, you're fine. I mean, even if you miss the supers with him, so if you kill the enemy before you're able to actually, like, get attacks off and all that, I mean, it's fine as long as you just receive a couple attacks. Then fully built up, this guy is going to be pretty good. Although, I feel like if you're receiving the attacks to get built up, you'll probably get a couple supers in, actually, now that I say it out loud. So, definitely, but, they just both go together very well is what I'm trying to say. So, all right, on this rotation right here, we are going to have the 50% support Gohan, and we have the Carnival LR Goku. Oh, my God. So, we've got, like, 100% defensive support right here. All right. Are you ready to see the defensive stat? This is about to be insane. 768k defense with guard. And guess what turn we're on? Yeah, turn 5. So, pretty crazy right there. Definitely, I mean, just an insane unit. We easily got the 24 key, which is partially because we have a lot of support on this rotation. But this guy does also build up to key in his passive. He builds up to 5 key with every attack received alongside the 15% defense with every attack received. So you'll easily get a 24 key with him very consistently. But, alright, we're at a 9.18 million attack stat. Yeah, that is actually really good. I mean, once you start having, like, support units with him, then his attack stats do definitely start to get up there. But in terms of, like, just his consistent attack stats, as we saw, it was only like 7-8 million, which is still very good because, the crits and additionals. But compared to what you're seeing today, I mean, you see Beast Gohan do like a 15 million attack stat, and definitely that is a lot more impressive in terms of, like, raw numbers. But as long as you get lucky with crits and additionals, this guy is going to do a ton of damage. So, yeah, we are fully built up now, though. So we definitely should be looking pretty impressive because now it's just a stacking. So on the next rotation, I think we're probably going to be approaching 1 million defense, which is crazy to think about. But, all right, on this rotation right here, we are going to have 4 out of 7 links, and this guy has not stacked up at all. I don't even think he's built up. So 260k defense, not the most impressive, but it's still all right. Even in a difficult event on turn 6, 260k defense with guard should be all right. And, of course, I mean, we're just going to get better and better, right? So, all right, basically a 7 million attack stat. Yeah, not the worst, because this guy hasn't stacked at all. So, you got to keep that in mind. And also, we only have 4 out of 7 links, which I think we had him next to the physical future Gohan, which them two as a rotation also is pretty good, because then the Vegeta and Trunks obviously hold down slot 1, per normal, as they're always going to be doing. And then the future Gohan can do pretty well in slot 2, as long as you build up the damage reduction with him. And, you make sure you get the super off, because he gets that 50% defense. But, all right, right here we are at, okay, we're actually at 465k defense. So the reason we got a bit of a drop-off was because we did have our defense lowered. I completely forgot about that. I hate that this event does that. So what we'll do is we'll showcase this rotation right here, and then we'll cut to the Cell Max event, which I'm already telling you, this guy's going to perform very well in there. I mean, he's going to take like 200 or 100k from a super from Cell Max, which, I mean, might seem like a lot to you, but considering that event only goes to like turn 5, 6, 7, and this guy's going to be taking 100 or 200k damage from a super, that is very good. Because, I mean, if the event goes to like turn 10, 11, 12, then this guy probably would be taking double digits, because of course you stack. But, I mean, even turn like 5, being able to survive a Cell Max super is very impressive. But as we saw right there, some pretty solid damage. I mean, nothing like oh my god, he's like the most damaging unit in the game. I think if you're really gonna, brag about this guy or anything with anything in his kit, you'd talk about his defense, because his defense easily outshines his offense, but his offense is still there, right? It's still something to keep note of. But alright, with all that shown, yeah, I mean, I guess we could just cut to the Cell Max event. We're on turn 8, or I guess on the last rotation, turn 7, and, we're already fully built up with him. We were approaching 1,000,000 defense on that rotation a couple turns ago, so just overall looking very crazy. So, yeah, with all that shown, let's go ahead and cut to the Cell Max event. Okay, so we're here facing Cell Max, and we got a pretty good rotation right here. We are going to have 4 out of 7 links, of course, because we have him next to the future Gohan. And start of turn, we are at 500k defense. Now, considering we're on turn 4, that is very good. That definitely is pretty crazy. I think we've gotten like a super or 2 off with this guy. So, we haven't gotten to stack with him that much, but we are fully built up, I think. If not, we're like right there, so we're definitely very close. So, yeah, some pretty solid damage as well. 5.4 million crit. Definitely looking pretty impressive right there. Okay, we dodged the super. All right. Well, I was kind of curious how much we were taking from that, but as you saw, from normals at least, double digits. So, I will show a couple more rotations, because on this next rotation, too, we are actually going to get this guy's active skill, which I have not shown yet in the video. Wow. Okay, Future Gohan, taking a lot more damage than I thought. Future Gohan does not have his damage reduction built up, so that is what that is. But that's a lot more than I was expecting. All right. So anyway, yeah, as I said, we can't pop his active skill right here. The condition for this is fairly easy. You just have to have like other Future Saga category allies on the same rotation, and it has to be from turn 3. And then the other condition is that you just have to be below 50% HP from the 5th turn. So you'll see it fairly consistently. As long as you're surrounding him by Future Saga category allies, then you'll get it at a lot more consistent rate. But nonetheless, we do have it right here, so let's go ahead and play this.
俺は諦めない絶対にその通りだトランクス俺の力よこの世界の人間の盾になれみんなの願いをこの一撃に込めるサイヤ人人間の底力を侮るなよ食らえギャリンクホートランクスやったなはい
Alright, so not only do we get guaranteed crits from doing the active skill, but we also get a 20% defensive buff, and the whole rotation gets it as well. Yeah, so very crazy, an amazing active skill. Not only are you getting, but you're giving 20% defense, and you get the guaranteed crits. So he's just going to be looking crazy. Now, I guess a bad thing is we do have like Zamasu's on this rotation, so we're going to be missing like Royal Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, and Super Saiyan. But we got the main things like Legendary Power, Fierce Battle, and all that active. So the main like attack links we are going to have, I guess, except Super Saiyan. But anyway, yeah, we're still looking pretty good. As you saw, we were at like 700k defense. So after Super, we're going to be approaching 1,000,000 defense, which 1,000,000 defense with guard, very crazy. And yeah, we are fully built up as well. As you can see, we're not getting any defense and key from the attacks. But all right, we didn't get a super. I do want to see this guy get super from Cell Max. I just want to show you how much he takes, because it's going to be a very, very low amount of damage. I mean, this guy is just made for this event, right? Defensively, he's amazing, and he's in, so he's just going to perform very well in here. And we're doing a lot of damage. We have the guaranteed crits, so as you can see, yeah, 5 million attacks that right there, too, with the guaranteed crit is very good, considering this is his 3rd super in the rotation. I mean, yeah, look at that. Cell Max's health is just going down. Now, I guess we could die here, technically. That's what I was talking about when I said we could die. This is death, right? Yeah, 1.41. All right, just a little bit of damage. Let's go ahead and cut to a rotation where we're taking his super from Cell Max. All right, so we're back in the Cell Max event, and right here we've got the perfect situation. We are receiving a super attack from Cell Max. I had to bring the Scouter item because I was just getting very unlucky with where Cell Max was supering. But anyway, right here, we are at 638k defense. Keep in mind, we don't have any support right here. So, yeah, that's just his defensive stat. Turn 5. I'm pretty sure we're fully built up. That's why our defense is so high. But we very well could not be, and maybe these first couple attacks will get some more defense, which would just make him even crazier. So, yeah, 4 out of 7 links. I'm just curious to see how much damage he takes from this super. I'd really like to see. I mean, I'm calling it right now. Probably like 100k. just because the guard. I think the guard is really going to make it. Okay, don't dodge. Okay, thank God. We already dodged one super in this video. I want to see how much he takes. So, okay, 273k. All right. So, I was definitely wrong. Definitely. That was not 100k. That was a little bit more. But keep in mind, it is turn 5. And, you know, we are going to stack up a lot as well. I mean, right here, we just got to stack as well. So, definitely throughout the fight, we're going to be looking a lot better. But right there, that was a little bit more than I was expecting. I'll admit, that was almost 300k. But that was before we supered. If that was after we supered, that would have easily been under 100k. Because not only did we, of course, get the 20% attack and defense infinitely, but then we got 30% attack and defense twice. So our defensive stat right there was approaching 1 million, if not a little bit above 1 million defense with guard. Yeah, very crazy. So, all right, well, Gohan just being a fraud. I mean, he doesn't have his damage reduction built up, so, you know, I'll cut him some slack, but it's a lot of damage, Gohan. Come on, 135k? I mean, hey, I guess that just goes to show how hard Cell Max does hit. You know, even taking 273k is somewhat impressive, right? I mean, because this guy hits hard. So, yeah, look at that. Yeah, we're dead. So, okay, well, with all that shown, let's go ahead and cut to the unit breakdown. I think overall that was a pretty good performance, right? I mean, 300k before we supered was definitely all right, considering, you know, it's Cell Max. He hits very hard. All right, here we have the Power of Pride and Hope, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Trunks Future. So starting off with his leader skill, it is Bond of Parent and Child or Future Saga, category Ki +3, HP attack and defense plus 170%, and then he gives the additional HP attack and defense plus 30% for characters who belong to the Battle of Fate category. So a really good leader skill. I didn't talk about this much through the video, but this is easily top 10 leader skills as well. Well, actually, you know, this is probably top 5 leader skills, because this is just crazy. Bond of Parent and Child is covering pretty much every Goku, every Gohan, every Vegeta, and all that. So just overall, this category is going to be nuts. It's going to get a bunch of additions to it in the future. So a very good category. I'm not going to scroll through the whole thing. I'd be here forever. And then he leads Future Saga, which is not the craziest now, but I could see it getting really crazy if we get like an LR Vegito Blue and like, you know, a Carnival LR half-corrupted merged Zamasu. So there's a lot that it could get to make it very good. And then the Fate-Induced Battle, or not Fate-Induced Battle, Battle of Fate is a very broad extra 30%. So majority of the units on both these categories are going to be on there. And then this guy's super attack effect is that on his 12 key, he raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to enemy. And then on his 18 key, he raises attack and defense infinitely, so that's a 20% attack and defense buff, and then causes mega colossal damage to enemy. So really good super attack effects. The stacking, of course, is like the main thing of this guy. Well, I guess the stacking and the guard. So definitely very good super attack effects. And then this guy's passive is that he activates the entrance animation once only. He gets 2 key, 70% defense, and guards all attacks for 5 turns from start of turn when there's another Bond of Parent and Child category ally attacking in the same turn. He gets 2 key, and then 140% attack and defense. He launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super. He gets an additional 1 key up to 5, 15% defense up to 75%, and then chance of performing a critical hit plus 7% up to 35% with each attack received. And then he gets the 70% attack and defense and then guard as the first attacker in the turn. So an amazing passive. I already talked about most of the stuff, so I won't talk about it for too long, but you know, the guard, the build up right here, he's gonna look very crazy very quickly. And then this guy's active skill, so the condition first is that it can be activated starting from the 3rd turn when all allies attacking in the same turn are Future Saga. And then he does get it as well when HP is 50% or less, starting from the 5th turn from start of battle once only. So a very good condition. I mean, as long as you have Future Saga category allies, you should be able to get it from turn 3. And then this other part is nice just to kind of fall back on if you're low on HP or something like that. And then the effect is that you massively raise attack temporarily, you do ultimate damage to enemy, all attacks become crits for 1 turn, and then you get the 20% defensive buff for 1 turn, or you give all allies defense 20%. And then, of course, this does apply to himself as well. So I already talked about this as well, so I won't talk about it for too long, but just a very good active skill effect. And then this guy's links are Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Royal Lineage, Dismal Future, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So a very good link set. He's going to work well with a lot of like Vegetas and Trunkses and stuff like that. So definitely very good there. And then his categories are Dismal Future, Future Trunks, Bond of Parent and Child, Future Saga, Battle of Fate, Joined Forces, Vegeta Family, Time Travelers, Bond of Parent and Child, and Superheroes. So yeah, that is the LR Vegeta and Trunks. Let me know what you guys think about them. Let me know where you would rank them right now, and what LRs that obviously released recently that you think are better than them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.